Hello, how are you doing? Charles?
Well, I'm doing fantastic, and
Traynor?
we've been on a nice roll here lately with some reviews that both of us enjoyed and having a great time. And this was a pick. The last one was a pick of mine. The previous was a pick of yours, and we were both happy with them, I'd say. And here's a pick of mine for some reason, out of the blue. And go ahead, Lee. Tell us what we're doing today.
We're doing an album by John Cougar Mellencamp called Uh-Huh.
John Cougar Mellencamp, Uh-Huh. The pride of Seymour, Indiana. For about 6 months, I lived about 15 miles north of Seymour, Indiana, for a while there. Not long in my life, but a little bit. I got to feel that part of the country for a minute.
Yeah.
I grew up one state over. So we had a lot of corn too. Where I was at, we had a lot of that Midwestern kind of feel. And John Cougar, Johnny Cougar, I remember him first as Johnny Cougar. I'm sure we all did.
Yeah.
Hurt So Good and Jack and Diane.
Yep.
And
I remember. Oh, go on.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, this album we actually had in my home.
All right.
My parents dug it. And they went and seen this guy. I didn't, because I was too little at the time. I was like 9. But they seen the Scarecrow tour.
Oh, well then they saw when he was really good.
I think the spoiler, I think Scarecrow might have been maybe a little better than this, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of lump in Johnny Cougar, and I'm going to keep calling him Johnny Cougar, because that's what I remember. I think it's a cool name. He should have just kept that name.
Yeah.
As like a heartland rock type of dude, right, Lee? That's a pretty good assessment.
Yeah.
I liken him to, say, Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
Kinda. But also, for some odd reason, Billy Joel. Like, those three artists
little bit.
Are all kind of, they're all kind of similar, but Billy Joel's a little more Elton John.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney, Ray Charles, but he does some heartlandy kind of tracks here and there, or stuff that speaks to the blue collar people, right, Lee? The blue collar folks.
Yeah.
Who, and Springsteen definitely does. Mellencamp is more of a like farmer, small townish type of side. Bruce Springsteen is more gritty. See, but it's all speaking to the blue collar folks, and that's about all I can say, I guess, because up to the point of this, honestly, we had this album in my house, Lee, but you told me this was about the only one you never heard, and guess what? We had this in my house, and I never heard it all either. I heard a little bit because I wasn't that interested because my parents were into it, but I've always liked certain songs by Mr. Mellencamp. I always have.
Yeah.
And there's a couple on here that definitely I always liked, but I never really dug into this album. I have Scarecrow. I think Scarecrow is a fantastic album.
Yeah.
I really do. We don't need to review that. I think it's a great album.
All right.
But, I mean, I think you agree. And most people that know him would probably say, it's probably his peak. But I like songs like Paper and Fire.
Yeah.
I like that song. But usually I was looked at Mellencamp as a compilation type of dude. That's the way I looked at him. So I wanted to jump into this album and see if my parents were onto something. Is this like Roger Whittaker? Or Liberace? Or Leonard Skinner? We don't know. But go ahead, Lee.
Yeah.
Say whatever you got to say.
Yeah, I was pretty much a John Cougar completist up to and including the album Scarecrow, except for this album. this was the one I didn't have. I even had his very first album, Chestnut Street Incident, which is out of print. And he did a second album called The Kid Inside, which was not released at that time, but in England, Castle Communications re-released it with Chestnut Street Incident on a double album, which I had, and in which I remember on MTV, the hosts had mentioned a message from John Cougar Mellencamp saying, please don't buy that because it was not meant to be released and he's not getting any money from it. And that only made me want to get it more. And then his what people might think of as his official first album, which is the one where he has the tough guy, big profile face with the cigarette, and whose music does not at all resemble what the cover would make you think. And then his second album, which more resembles it, but it's still a part of that type of mellow balladry singer-songwriter thing that was not what he would continue to do when he did American Fool, which I think is the first album he did, which is
people knew him.
Is of this particular type of style. Even though the first time I heard him do Ain't Nothing Wrong, Ain't Even Done With the Night, and he looked like a full-grown man with a baby face, doing this really mellow song and doing all these weird, wild moves on stage, which were totally not in sync with the song. And I remember being very bothered by him. And then later, when I had the album and heard the song without having to see him do it, I liked it. But anyway, there you go.
There you go. I think I read today the first band he was ever in was named after a New York Dolls song. I can't remember which song though.
Oh.
Which I thought was interesting.
That would be interesting if I could ever find any of their work.
Me too. I'm going to look deeper, maybe.
Okay.
After this album here, but this is came out in 1983. I was 9 years old, very precious age, wasn't even a decade old yet. And my parents dug it. So let's get into it, Lee.
Okay. Do you want to start first or me?
I can go first. Why not?
Okay.
I flipped a coin. I won.
All right. What do you think of the first song, Tumbling Down?
This is Heartland rock at its best. This is stuff that I get far more than Springsteen. For me. Always did, always will. Now we'll see if that will continue, though. Great drumming from Mr. Kenny Aronoff. The guitar riff is right on. And this song can be danced to, which he did very much in the video. He didn't look out of sync in this video, Lee. He looked pretty fucking badass. Remember when I had on MTV? Smoking his Marlboro, chilling on a chair, dancing his ass off.
Yeah.
Which is always something cool in a rock song. And it's actually a pretty serious song in nature. It's about the fun effects of Reaganomics to us Midwesterners. But it rocks out hard enough that you don't even need to notice that, I suppose. I always liked it, and no less today.
Right on. This is a good album starter. I like this song. It has a good groove. And if I were in a bar and the song was playing, I'd be into it. It's right on. And I do like it better when I hear it on the album than when I saw the video, because the video did irritate me somewhat. But anyway.
Well, I can understand it.
But but it was better than that other song where he was doing these
Really
moves
danced weird.
like with the sound off.
Now,
you would
now
think
I can see that.
you
I
would
could
think
see
he
it.
was doing "Don't Stop Until You Get Enough," and then when you play it, it sounds like
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, like Sounds of Silence, the acoustic version.
Yeah, I can see it. I could see it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Anyway, now the next song is Pink Houses. Okay. This is a good second song. I don't know if I would have liked it as much if it were the first song on the album, but as a second song, it works. It's a good example of what he does, as opposed to Dylan or Springsteen, who each have their own thing. This is what John Cougar Mellencamp does to show what he can do, and it's okay. And side note, I do like how he is in this video. In fact, it makes the song better. Anyway, what do you think?
Well, we just keep going on here with the favorite song of my youth. I, as a kid, always thought the song was called Ain't That America.
Oh, yeah.
And when I finally seen the video on MTV, was shocked to see it was actually called Pink Houses.
Yeah.
Isn't that odd? When you're a kid, you latch on to one thing, but then when you hear the real title, you're like, what the fuck?
I know about that, yeah.
Yeah, the Pink Houses is prominent at the end, but I thought it was Ain't That America. Probably my favorite song on the album.
Huh.
One of my favorite Mellencamp songs, period. Get that Jack and Diane song out of here, man. You give me this all day. It also kicks most Springsteen songs to the curb for me. As far as just really great heartland rock. Another one I've loved from day one, so it's no different here. I love Pink Houses.
All right. What do you think of Authority's song?
Probably the third well-known single from the album. There was a couple other songs that were singles that I don't recall and won't make note of because I don't think anybody else did either. Unless it's some really cool person out there, cooler than me. I've always been... I don't know. There's something about this song it tries to be a bit too clever for its own good. I do enjoy the music on this one, but for some reason lyrically it comes off a bit too corny, which he would jump in the corn later on with songs like Pop Singer and Cherry Bomb. And it's too much like that style. I see Daddy. I think Authority song is forgettable.
All right. I always liked the song, and I thought it had a message I thought was cool. Listening to it now, the way he sings it, the words are less distinguishable, so it sounds less impactful than it did. But the music still is a toe tapper, and I still give it my approval. Okay, now for Warmer Place to Sleep. Where has this song been all my life? I really like it. I know it's a deeper track, but it's one I could see as a hit. Not because it's made to be one, but because I would have liked it to be one. This is a good song, and I dig it. What do you think?
Well, by this point in the album, about as pure rock as we get to this point. The previous three have a bit more country underneath the surface. There is a very slight similar feel, but also tips its hat to the Rolling Stones to my ears a bit.
Yeah.
It's a filler track, nothing spectacular, just a rather forgettable rock song.
Oh. Well, okay.
It is John Cougar. So.
Okay. What do you think of Jackie O?
This is odd, very odd. A song built around a keyboard part that is like nothing previous, and nothing he has ever released as a single. Very quirky and unexpected. And a nice change up of styles here. I mean, it's a weak song, but I give credit for doing something different and changing those styles up a bit. I mean, we got xylophone and Casio keyboard. Interesting, but a lame song. But I'm going to give it credit due to doing something a little different.
Okay, I put, if this isn't meant to be a joke song, well, I wouldn't know what else to call it. But as a guy who used Casio keyboards back during that time, I definitely recognize what's going on. And the xylophone or marimba or whatever is added doesn't disguise the Casio song pattern. I smiled when I heard it because it's like an inside joke to his keyboardists who know what's going on. Is it a song I'll go back to when and if I hear the album again? Well, maybe occasionally because of its humorous intent, but it's not in a league with the first 4 songs, that's for sure. Okay.
It almost reminds me of Mascara Sue with John Mellencamp singing.
Or like a normal Mascara Sue song where they took out all the twisted wrinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love that last song on that Mascara Sue album.
And that was just
reminded me of that.
That was just a
That was a joke song.
Yeah. That was more typical of pop things.
That's what I'm saying, Lee. I mean, at this point in the album, I give it credit for being something wacky and doesn't really fit with the rest of the album. At least it did something different. So,
yeah.
There you go.
All right.
It's a terrible song, but it was fun. Sometimes you do terrible. Sometimes.
It's
Shake it up a little bit.
Halfway so to me. But anyway, now for play guitar. Okay. I like this song too. Maybe it sounds a little more like a basic song. Like maybe the first good song by a guy who just mastered 3 chords instead of 2 and wants to record the song for posterity. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I get a kick out of it. What do you think?
His hairdresser had a part in writing this song, by the way.
Huh.
And the song tips his hat to Them's Gloria. Which we just did, man. We just did Patti Smith not long ago.
Yeah.
And she covered the Them or Van Morrison, whatever, Gloria.
Yeah.
But it's to a point where they just didn't cover Gloria, I guess, but they just ripped it off. And they knocked Noel Gallagher. The generic meter is running over hard here. Nothing to see here, I'm afraid, unless you like the most generic rock music that perhaps I've ever heard. And it's not well sung either. The song is really weak. But I assume some would disagree. About the only thing good is the guitar solo. But yeah, this song blows. Play guitar my ass. All right, next song.
All right, what do you think of Serious Business?
Yeah, whomever is playing the guitar, they sure like some Keith Richards, as it comes across as an imitation of Mr. Richards' style. And even though it's derivative of some Stones work, it isn't near as good. And again, just nothing stands out on this. The lyrics are cliche after cliche. I suppose it would work on a generic rock playlist. Very lame, this one, yes indeed, seriously. Fuck Serious Business. Go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, I thought this is a cool song too. The music is basic, but in a way that I like. The words seem a little bit naive, but not bad. But overall, it's like an ironic song, but still with a good rocking punch. It's cool.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, someone had to, I
I
guess.
always am glad you enjoy something I pick, even if I think it's shit. What's the next song?
Yeah,
Lee?
and I always hope that you'll eventually like it more. But anyway, the next song is Lovin' Mother For Ya. Okay. Well, other than the title, which is okay, but somewhat rock cliche, the song is good, and I do like it. But I will also say it's the kind of thing that when I hear it, I think to myself, I've done songs like that during that time, and I did more with my songs. As if John Cougar Mellencamp wanted to imitate Lee Gerstmann and did the best job he could. But with that said, I enjoyed the song and didn't mind it at all. What do you think?
Well, we at least get something that sounds a little less cliche. Kenny Aronoff, his drums are excellent. And this one actually does rock a little bit. So see, I knew he had to have a bit more in him here, Mr. Mellencamp. It does have a bit try hard to it, but it stays out of that lane enough to make a decent filler track, which is about what this is at its best. But for him so far in this record, maybe the third best song.
Okay.
Right.
What do you think of... All right. Now, there's also a bonus song, but I don't know if you heard it.
I didn't do that. No.
Okay.
Pink House's acoustic. No need.
Okay.
It's Pink House's. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I heard it and I totally agree. Anyway, Golden Gates. All right, what do you think of... Well,
Golden Gates.
You start. Why not? Why not? I don't care. You can start.
We close out with some fiddle and some odd thing that sounds a bit like a recorder at points. This one, I think he may have been told he had to do, or maybe he wanted to have something that would fit in with the pop music of the day. Sadly, this really isn't very good either. So unfortunately, Mellencamp has a good couple singles, and the rest of this album is tragically rather uncool, and this song is no exception. So stick with the first two tracks. Even the decent song or two that makes up the rest of the album isn't necessary, and that's the crime of the album. It's unnecessary, and again, I think Mellencamp is a compilation artist. But go ahead, Lee.
Okay, I put, because this is the last song on the album, I thought it was placed well. And I liked it, because even though I liked the other songs generally, I thought this was a good contrast that broke what assembly line string of songs were before it. It's also the only song on the album that sounds like most of what was on his earlier work. So even though I wouldn't love hearing a whole album of songs like this, I did enjoy this one. Yeah.
So overall, you like this one way better than me.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm glad I got to listen to it. I actually listened to it for the first time, too. Because, I mean, no, don't get me wrong, dude. Mellencamp smoked 80 cigarettes a day at one point until he had a heart attack and had to cut back to 60. I mean, he's a dude after my heart, no doubt. He seems like somebody I'd love to kick it with. But sometimes his music doesn't really do it for me, so I have to rank him. I'd have to go on my list of what I call heartland people, or people that do for the blue collar from the 80s, Billy Joel, Springsteen, Mellencamp.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree. Maybe you put Mellencamp above them, but I'm starting to appreciate Springsteen more.
I kind of juggle them.
I used to think I used to appreciate Mellencamp more, and after I checked out more, no, I don't think so. But he seems like a cool dude other than his freaky dancing, huh, Lee?
Yeah, I would say I don't like one more than the other, but if I had to pick, I would say Springsteen first.
I gotta go Billy Joel first. I mean, the guy's a treasure. But he's a little bit more than Heartland, to be fair. He doesn't just stick in the Heartland mode, but he's also very great friends with John Mellencamp. He's very good friends with him. And so I guess Billy Joel's not fair. So if I took Springsteen, Mellencamp, take Billy Joel off, I'm probably going to go with Springsteen.
Okay. Well, there's an album that we can do that Billy Joel was on sometime.
I know which one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know which one.
After I thought of when I
Don't-
started to say it, I remember now, and I
Believe
thought,
me, I know which one you're talking about.
all right.
Yeah. I know it. I want to do it too to see if it's as crappy as he thinks it is, and apparently you do. But
I did not say that.
I don't want you to say it. But he has an album he's definitely very, very embarrassed by. And it's supposed to be considered one of the worst albums of all time. It's not his. He was in a group, right, Lee?
You can call it that.
Yeah, he's not very fond of it. So maybe that's the one. I don't know. I can't wait.
Well, I will say there's also two others that other than that one.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, Lee. Once he hits about River of Dreams or something like that, or I don't know. He hits a point where I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
But 70s and up to like An Innocent Man, Billy Joel, yeah, I'm a big fan of that stuff.
Okay.
But maybe not all, but most. And
yeah.
But Scarecrow kills this album, in my opinion. But I'm glad you liked it, Lee.
But
I'm glad I got to listen to it.
But I do think Scarecrow's better, but I am glad I heard it.
Well, you're a completist now. Now you finally heard it. So that's good. He's still a compilation artist to me, folks. But I would kick it with Johnny Cougar and make him some fried chicken and smoke cigarettes with him.
Yeah.
So if he ever hears that, I'm with you.
Yeah, I would say his very first album that is no longer in print, and then the officially unreleased album which got released and he was very upset about it, and then his first two albums after that. I would say there's about 3 good songs.
Kind of like this album.
Worse, but but if you know what you thought of the last song, believe me, there's an album with about 8 songs like it.
Ooh, no thanks.
Yeah.
Or like Cherry Bomb and Pop Singer.
No, those are better.
Well,
but anyway.
So what's that? Wild Night is Coming or Calling or?
Oh, that's Van Morrison.
Yeah, but he covered it.
Oh.
It was really bad.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
For me, it was.
I'll have to find out.
Remember when VH1 wasn't cool? Remember when it was like for old people? It was definitely a VH1 video.
Oh, okay.
Well, then VH1 shifted and it was cool because MTV played stupid shit.
Yeah. Not
in that time period. No, in the dorky VH1 time period. They played it all the time. It was terrible.
Oh, okay. I might have heard it, but I might have to hear it again just to find out.
And but either way, I do respect the man, though. I respect him. I like him as a person.
Yeah.
But he was my parents' music. He was my Roger Whittaker.
Oh.
So, yeah. I had younger parents, so he was my Roger Whittaker.
Oh,
but I love Crumbling Down. I love Pink Houses. I love Small Town. Love Reno and Scarecrow. Love quite a few songs. But you had to put it together and make a good playlist with this guy.
Okay.
And that's my opinion. But
all right.
Thanks for doing it, Lee.
Thank you. All right. Well, take care, everybody. Bye.